What's going on, everybody? Okay, we are streaming live after the Steelers game. Steelers win 19-9. Oh boy, they beat the Lions 19-9. Score doesn't matter. This was the final preseason game. And coming into the game, there were a few questions. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to it. Sorry about that. I just heard myself twice. All right. So going into the game, there were the main questions were what is going to happen with the quarterback situation? Was it going to be Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Pickett? And people love Kenny Pickett already, which I love. I love that people love Kenny Pickett already. But come on, did you really think that he was going to become the starter already? I think it's only a matter of time at this point. When I did when the schedule came out in, I think, like May or something like that, me and Leanne and Allison, my regular guests on the Donut Bag podcast, we guessed the schedule. We guessed predictions on the record, and it was like we made ridiculous predictions. It was like, like 13, 14 wins or something like that. Well, now looking at it, not so much. I don't know if this team has. I don't know if they're going to win 9 or 10 games. Basically, it's that bad right now. And the reason why it's bad is because of the offensive line. The offensive line has been an absolute disaster. And do you say, oh, it's just preseason, who cares? Or do you say we're doomed? I don't know. We'll see. But the question was whether Mitch or Kenny was going to be it. And I think they made a definite statement regarding that, because Mitch Trubisky played the entire first half with the number ones, mostly with a starting lineup. At least that's what the lineup is now. So Kenny played the second half with the twos. So I think that definitely says that Mitch Trubisky is going to start the season. How long he's going to last, I don't know. I don't know. It's not looking good for him. It's just because I think this offensive line is so bad. It was so terrible against the Jaguars, and it was just as bad this game against the Lions. Every team the Steelers play, it seems like the offensive line or the Steelers makes the other team's defense look like the 70s Steel Curtain defense. It's incredible. So the big question was who's going to be the starter. Pretty sure it's going to be Mitch Trubisky. We'll see how long he lasts. So that was the one question. The second question was, how was the offensive line going to do? Would they get any better? No. It is so bad that, especially Dan Moore, that people say things like, should they cut him? Well, not should they? Yeah, should they cut him? Should they make a trade for an offensive tackle? Should they pick someone up on the waiver wire? It's bad. It's bad. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. This is a major. I love Mike Tomlin so much. I think he's an awesome coach, and I'm sure he has a lot to do with how the roster is constructed and who gets drafted and acquired and all that stuff. But their failure to do something about the offensive line the past couple years is a major failure. And this offensive line is so bad, it might torpedo yet another season. That was the main reason why the Steelers did not do well last season. And it looks like it's going to be the main reason the Steelers don't do well this season. And that is sad and concerning. You could say last year, oh, Dan Moore was a rookie. Okay, well, he's not a rookie now. And it looks like he's actually gotten worse. So do you say, well, maybe it's just a preseason, maybe it will get better in the regular season, maybe it'll just gradually improve, maybe you just give it time? I don't know. Not that we have a choice unless they acquire other tackles and guards and stuff. This is it. This is the team. This is the line. So we'll see what happens. They have to cut down the roster. It's going to be a big week for roster cut downs. I believe the roster right now is at 80, and they have to cut it down to like 53, 55, whatever the number is. They have to cut it down significantly. So there will be hundreds of players released. Who knows what they'll do? Who also knows what they'll do about inside linebacker? That was the other question, is how is Devin Bush going to do? He has looked bad all preseason. They say he knows what to do. He knows where he's supposed to be, but he doesn't do anything. And I mean, apparently he helped in one big play this game where the Lions had like 4th and 1. And they stuffed him, and apparently he was a big help with that with Miles Jack. Okay, great. I believe there was also a play where it was like the Lions had like 4th and 17 or something like that, and he just looked lost and horrible. So that's a big concern. It's very scary. So we'll see what happens with Devin Bush. Like I said, please like and subscribe. This, especially subscribe. I have 34,000 followers on Twitter and like 100 on YouTube. I need to get those YouTube numbers up. Please subscribe. I'm going to try to do this more often, as much as I can. Just talking Steelers. Hopefully you get. Hopefully we could have people joining in on the conversation. I am not very good at this, so if I'm not ignoring. If you have comments, I'm not ignoring them on purpose. I'm just lost in terms of how to do all this stuff. So I apologize, but I'm going to try to do this more often. Just lots of Steelers talk, because the Steelers season is just about to start up. So lots of live chats, lots of live things. So going to keep going with that. Besides the quarterback battle, Najee Harris played a little bit and he didn't get hurt. Yay! TJ Watt, Deontay Johnson were not as lucky. Apparently, they both have minor injuries. TJ Watt tweaked a knee and Deontay Johnson hurt his shoulder, and they say it's minor injuries. So, we'll see. Unfortunately, what was not a minor injury was Devontae KZ. It looks like he hurt his wrist pretty bad. And I think that's significant, because I think he was going to be used as like a third safety. I think they were going to try to use 3 safeties at times. He and Terrell Edmonds and Minka Fitzpatrick. And now that gets derailed. So that really stinks. That would have been nice to see what they do in the secondary, but yeah. So but before Deontay Johnson got hurt, there was an awesome throw by Mitch Trubisky to him. Awesome throw and awesome catch. And also Mitch Trubisky, right before the first half, he had about a minute 30 some to drive down the field, and he did. That was a really nice 2-minute drill to score a touchdown. So that was encouraging. But what else happened? I think the other question was, what do you do about who gets to stick on the with the wide receivers. And Miles Boykin had a good game. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I think Sims had a good game. Who else is there? Obviously, George Pickens. He he made his requisite one or two electric plays. He looks like he's going to be scary good. That's going to be very interesting to see how that all works out with the wide receivers this year. Because Chase Claypool was right there, and everything that is being said about George Pickens now was being said about Chase Claypool a couple years ago. And then Chase Claypool started out, and he started out great. It was great. It was awesome. And then he scored a bunch of touchdowns, and then he kind of the second half of his rookie season didn't do much, and then his second season was up and down. So I'm being nice there, and I didn't really like him that much, but we'll see if he bounces back. So he's currently hurt. So we'll see what how significant that injury is. He did not play today. So Claypool did not play, but Pickens made some good plays. So we know it's going to be Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Chase Claypool. And then who's going to be wide receiver 4 or 5? We assume Calvin Austin is going to play, although who knows how bad he's hurt, but we assume he's going to make the team. And we assume Gunnar Olszewski is going to be hurt, but then he's just like a return guy. How much is he going to play? Although he played a lot of wide receiver this preseason, so we'll see about that. But so there's your 5th guy, and then who's your 6th guy? Is it Miles Boykin? Is it Steven Sims? Is it Tyler Vaughns? Vaughns looked really good. Is it Cody White? Is it Tyler Snead? So we'll see about that. As far as running back, Najee played, but then the question is, what do you do about backup running back? And we'll see. We'll see, really. You have Benny Snell, you have McFarland, you have Jalen Warren, who's really looked good this preseason and this training camp. So we'll see. Will they acquire someone? I don't know. And then the defense looked good. The defense looked good all game. I mean, they basically held the Lions to nothing. But then again, they're the Lions. The Lions did not play Jared Goff. He was, I think, the only starter that did not play. I think other than that, they played all their starters the entire first half. And the joke was, is Mason Rudolph going to be traded to the Lions during the game? That's how bad the Lions quarterbacks are. So we'll see. What do you, that's the other question is, what do you do with Mason Rudolph? Do you keep him? I would keep him just because this offensive line is going to get some of these quarterbacks killed. Somebody's going to get hurt. That's why when people say, oh, well, Kenny Pickett should start right away. Like, okay, why don't see, I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea to start Kenny Pickett right away. I think you start with Mitch, see how he does. If he doesn't do well, if he gets hurt, then you can put on Kenny. But if you start with Kenny and then something happens and you go to Mitch, that does not, I don't think that works right. So, and then Mason Rudolph, you just keep as an insurance policy. Just make him your 3rd quarterback. Nothing wrong with having an insurance policy. He's a perfectly good backup. He's a perfectly good player to have in there. Just if you, in case of emergency, basically, he's just good for 1 or 2 games, I think. So, what else happened? Yeah, defense looked good. We'll see, but so this is the last preseason game, and I think one of the big questions of this entire preseason is Kenny Pickett ready? And the answer is heck yeah. He looked real good all preseason. So great sign. So all right. I think that will conclude this. I'll try to make it short. this will be part of the podcast. So please like and subscribe. And I think that's it. All right.